Welcome back to Matchday Live, where this is the goal that separated both sides. What a fantastic finish from Bruno Fernandes. Well, I can tell you that both of those players are pitchside now. We're going to get some reaction from them. They're speaking to Jules Breach.
Congratulations, guys. How much of a relief was it to get the win tonight?
Well, it was massive, and I think we've had a tough couple of games, but I think we showed good spirit tonight. We know this is a difficult place to come. I know they haven't had a great start themselves, but they played some good football and we had to be at our best. Really pressing them. I thought we did that great. Obviously, Bruno's taking his goal really well.
It wasn't just Bruno that was involved in the goal, though, Bruno. What about the pass from this man?
Oh, it was a great pass, obviously. I know he has great qualities playing the ball in behind with both foot, so I knew he could give this pass, so I was waiting for him. We knew they give some space, but it was tough to get in behind them because the line is well worked from them. So it was a great ball, great finish. We're really happy for the win.
How pleased are you with the clean sheet as well, particularly after the amount of goals that you've been conceding lately?
Yeah, it's important, and you want to be successful, you want to win games. You got to earn clean sheets, and I was just pleased tonight. Obviously, I wasn't able to finish the match, but it's just as good seeing Andre catch that one at the end, and the relief when the final whistle went.
What will a win like this do for the team now? Is it just what you needed to quiet some of the noise?
Obviously, we knew that was tough, the momentum, but we knew that we could come from this. The team has great players, has a great spirit, and I think we've been a little bit unlucky, but obviously the performance wasn't the best. Today we show great spirit, I think great performance. We sacrifice a lot because Burnley play great football, they have great qualities. I think the points they have doesn't show the quality they have, honestly, because they play great football. It's really tough to play against them, they're well worked. So it's not just an easy win here. You know how he's playing against Burnley every time here. It's really tough. So we are really happy for the points, and hopefully we'll give now the stride for the rest.
For you as well, Johnny, personally, did you prove that you can still do it out there for one of the biggest teams in the world?
Yeah, obviously, when you get this age, you sort of think, I'll be winding down a bit, but it was a great moment for me personally, and to be back here and obviously in front of these fans, it's a dream come true, and couldn't have gone any better.
Guys, thank you very much, Bruno. You're the man of the match. Congratulations.
I've got to give you a backhand side.
No, it's yours.
Thanks, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was a lovely touch, wasn't it? I mean, it was an absolute class and quality pass, wasn't it, for Bruno Fernandes?
His English is coming on as well, Johnny Evans. No, it was a great pass. Fantastic off his left foot. It's too much room, player of that quality, good running behind. They had a high line there. Gets his head up, sees Bruno's movement, straight line run. And it's all, the pass looks great because of the finish is exquisite. It's a fantastic finish, isn't it? Magnificent.
One of the best of the season?
Yeah, you'd have to say that ball with your weaker foot is stunning. He wants it lands softly for Bruno, but Tim's right. The finish is, I think he's the only player in that team that scores that goal, Fernandes. And his timing of his runs is really, really good. So happy for Johnny Evans, by the way. Probably should have never left the football club in a way. And, he's done brilliant. I think they needed his experience back there, but he showed a bit of leadership, a bit of quality in some big moments. And that's, he'll be delighted.
Yeah, and considering actually when we saw the team sheet, I know they didn't have many options, but to see Johnny Evans on the team sheet for the first time, his first start since 2014, I think a lot of the fans were thinking, oh, OK. But actually, he was under a little bit of pressure, but to deliver that pass was brilliant for him. Give him bags of confidence.
To be involved in the winning goals was fantastic. He wasn't tested too much defensively tonight. A lot of possession from Burnley. Yes, they controlled the football, but they didn't move it forward too many times. They kept it in really unoffensive areas for Manchester United, really. Just let them play it in front of them. Man United couldn't get the ball off them, but they wasn't penetrating at all, really. They had a couple of half chances in the first half. Onana was equal to any opportunities they had on target. So I think in the end, I would suggest that Man United have got the best players, obviously, and probably nicked the result because they looked more potent when they went forward.
And of course, that goal was everything. It was the goal that separated the two sides. Something Van Persie-esque about it, Owen?
Yeah, I think any United fan watching that would have thought, that looks like something I've seen before. And obviously, this is probably... this is such a stunning... Everything about that. The pass is perfect, lands softly. But it's all about the finish from Robin. To be patient, to let that come over your shoulder so you don't snatch at it. But that is just
Wow.
That's what you dream of. Everything, the pass, the finish, absolutely beautiful. And we saw a bit of it today.
Them were the days. Look, Rooney's, Van Persie's, all them yesteryears for them Man United fans.
And I think that's what all the fans keep saying.
Yeah, they
that's
keep looking back to all them greats, lifting trophies at the end of the season. But, they're miles away from that at the moment.
What do they need to get themselves back towards that level?
Well, you
again?
can't even say money, can you? I would have said probably about £1 billion, but they spent that. I don't know what on. Got worse since last season. They need to keep at it. They need to find some more players.
Can the manager unlock more in these players? Surely he can.
I think so. He needs to get more out of them. Yeah.
I was trying to be optimistic, but Tim's he's putting it away here, isn't he?
I'm being realistic.
No, you are. Yeah.
I want them to be great again. I really love Manchester United to be great and want them to challenge.
And we were kind of on track last season, weren't we? Weren't we getting
it was
there
improving,
again?
wasn't it? But we seem to have gone backwards. And I know there's been a lot of injuries, but they keep pointing to the injuries. But when they play in the likes of Brighton's, with respect, Brighton are a very good team. We've got a top manager in De Zerbi. Keep finding these little gems. Why aren't Man United finding these gems? Why aren't they?
They don't fish in those pools, though, do they? They fish in different pools.
But what pools are they fishing in? They've got someone like Haaland. He could be a good player in the end, but he's a development player. For me, Manchester United are a team down the years who would have gone last season, right, we're going to improve. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go and sign Declan Rice, so we're going to sign Harry Kane. Just take Harry Kane would have had a choice and nor would Declan Rice. Many, many years ago, they would have just said, we're coming to Man United because there's still a big pull. I believe there's still a big pull, but they need to go and do the deal with them clubs and then get the individual players. If they would have signed them two players, they're in the right direction. But I just think that there is no structure there at the moment. There is no playing style of play. You've got to rely on people like Bruno to win your games with a piece of magic.
Well, clearly this team is still evolving. There's lots of improvements to be made. But let's hear how the manager reflects on tonight's performance. Here he is, Erik ten Hag.
Erik, congratulations. What was the key to the win tonight?
I think the team spirit was big. And they battle, they fight together. And you saw really a team defending with 11. So, really following the rules and being a discipline.
For the first time in a while, does it feel like there were more positives than negatives out there?
It's about winning. And I just saw the last weeks was a lot against us, but you have to turn that. And it's only up to us. We knew that. And we said that the team acknowledged this, and we have seen the answer on the pitch.
What did you make of the goal as well?
Oh, it was a brilliant goal. And was really lovely played. But I know also in the games like Munich, Arsenal, we played very good spells in the game, but then we gave easy goals away. And as I said, there was a lot against us, like tonight again, and like a disallowed goal. And I would not say that it was not a goal or not a goal, that it was not fair to recall him. But it was against us, and we have seen so many things in the last couple of weeks against us, and then all the injuries, we have to deal with it. And so that has to be a first step up.
How pleased are you as well, particularly for Andre Onana to keep a clean sheet tonight?
Absolutely, but he was really showed personality. He was really calm, composed. He did everything right, in and out of possession, leads his backline. I thought very good performance.
It looked as though Reguilón came off with an injury. How much are injuries affecting your team at the moment?
Reguilón was ill, and that tells something about the character and the spirit they want to show. He was ill, but he wanted to play. He wanted to support, and he wanted to contribute to the team.
And overall, in terms of the amount of injuries in the team, is it a concern to you?
Yeah, of course, it's a concern that when you have so many injuries, you have a problem. Already in the routines of your game, you bring players in, they are new, like Reguilón, like Haaland, and you can't bring them slowly. And in the routines of the team, there are many players that are in positions they are not used to play together, like tonight Hannibal, who did a perfect job.
What do you hope this win will do for the team going forward now?
That will give us confidence, absolutely. But it's only one win, and on Tuesday is the next game.
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
It is, of course, on to the next game. And I guess the biggest thing for him is that he hopes that his team can build on it and make it back-to-back wins and build some momentum in the side.
Absolutely. That's all you can do. You get some confidence on that. You mentioned it there from the result. I mean, Eric's just said there, they won the game because of team spirit. They won the game because of fantastic pass off Johnny Evans' left foot and a wonderful, world-class finish from Bruno Fernandes. Team spirit, you're playing for Man United, you're playing for that shirt, that great shirt. Team spirit always has to be there. That shouldn't be questioned. But why is he highlighting the fact that it's team spirit? That's an indictment, I'd say, a sad one, in the fact that they haven't been playing with team spirit when they lose football matches. It should be. You're playing for Man United, Owen. You've been there. When you play for that shirt, you leave everything on the pitch. And they should do that all of the time. That should be a given. You shouldn't highlight the fact that team spirit is the way. They got a result there against a newly promoted Burnley side. Forget, they've got good patterns and they do this, they do that. They haven't won a game. They don't look like winning a game in the Premier League. So they need to calm down a little bit. But you're absolutely right, Zima. It's a start. It's a stepping stone. It's a 3 points. And they need to move on.
It's team spirit that's been missing for you as well, Owen.
I'm not sure it's team spirit. I mean, the reason Sir Alex signed players is because he knew they'd be there when the chips were down. And that's why you sign players. You don't sign them when it's easy. You sign them when it's difficult. They seem to have a lot of issues on and off the pitch. Looked like Eric fixed a lot of those last year, and rather than finish, they were going to push Manchester City and keep up for the Premier League title. That's almost gone. They're 9 points behind them at this stage, so that looks unrealistic. But I do think they need to. Obviously, Varane came back. That's big. Get Luke Shaw back. That's big. Amrabat came on. That could be a plus. The young Kobe Manu, I think he's going to be a big player this season. So I do think they're missing a lot of key players, and I think fixture-wise they've had a tough run. I know they shouldn't be losing 3 games after 6. I think they got Palace next. And then I think they got Brentford in there. So, you'd like to think that 3 or 4 games they could go on a little winning run, get 9 points and then the table looks different. But we all thought they'd compete for the biggest trophies this year. Yeah. And that doesn't look like it's realistic at this stage.
I think a real positive from that performance, when I look at the individual performances of Man United players, Hannibal I thought was good.
Yeah.
I think he was brave. He looked for the ball wherever he was. Out of position, he looked like he was going with urgency to go and get it back. I think he had a great game, and I think he can only get better. I just hope he stays in the side now, because he earned the right tonight to stay in the team, rather than one of the superstars comes back and gets picked ahead of him, which is not good for morale and team spirit.
Another positive to take is the clean sheet. And we spoke about Onana pre-match, the fact that he has dominated the headlines. It's been a very tough start for him. How much of a relief will it be for him that he has kept the clean sheet tonight?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a relief, because this guy's, he's won trophies. Yeah. He's been to a Champions League final. He's won the league in Italy, he's won the league in Holland.
So why has it been such a tough start for him?
He's got to settle in. He made a mistake. It can happen. Ball can take a bounce, take a ricochet. It was a bad goal he conceded. He knew that. You could tell by the way how disappointed he was. I mean, you just got a couple of clips from the game where he brought him into, because he's brilliant with his feet. His passing's unbelievable. But today in this game, they played a little bit long. Maybe that was because of Lindelof and Johnny. Maybe they just wanted to be a little bit more direct. But I thought today he played pretty much perfect. Yeah. I thought against Bayern he played perfect outside of the one big mistake that he made. So we've seen him make huge saves for Inter. And we've seen him being exceptional in the Champions League. So he's a top goalkeeper, no question about that. He just got off to a tricky start.
Yeah. I don't worry about him at all. I really don't. I think if you're going to be a goalkeeper for Manchester United, you need a personality, and I think this kid's got it in spades. I think he sticks his shoulder out, wants to take responsibility. I think he is a very good option for him. But to pinpoint the only reason they wanted him is because he's better on his feet than De Gea. I think they need to show that as a team, the patterns and their methods moving forward, because he's got no one to pass it to at the moment. They're splitting there, the 2 centre-backs, they're giving it back to him, and he's just kicking it up the field.
Do they have what it takes to play out from the back?
Not at the moment.
Can they learn?
But they've got the players certainly to do it, but they're not working on it enough. They're not showing it. We're not showing any methods. All they're doing tonight is pretending to pass it, getting it back, and he's kicking it up the field. De Gea could have done that. I mean, he played. I don't worry about him one iota. I think this guy has got a personality to play for Manchester United, and I think that's exactly what you need.
Yeah, you're right, actually, because last season we watched him, didn't we, a lot in the Champions League. They kept 8 clean sheets en route to that final, so he clearly has the quality. But I guess, as you said, and we were talking about newly promoted sides and how difficult it is even coming into the Premier League, it's difficult for players coming into the Premier League, including goalkeepers, because they're facing different opposition.
Yeah, and I do think. Look, he's played for some massive shows, Ajax and Inter. But it may be just with the scrutiny around Manchester United, I think from the outside looking in, it looks big. But when you get in, you see it's actually bigger. And it's difficult when the club's, struggling a little bit. So I think for him as well, it's a bit of a learning curve. I think he might make mistakes. I don't think he'll make a bigger one than he did against Bayern Munich. I think he just got unlucky, just didn't get his feet right. But I'm with Tim. I think he's a top goalie, and he'll be just fine in this team. But I'm with Tim in the sense they've got to figure out some patterns, that in terms of keeping the ball. Onana will find people, but they need to be in the right position. Like Brighton. Watch Brighton pass out from the back. Everybody's where they need to be, and that's why they keep it so well. I think for United now, it's more reactive than the structures there.
Brighton and Man City are the best patterns you can see playing out from the back. And it's why they've got the best managers.
And they have more than one way of playing as well.
Yeah, but it's not just personnel, it's not just the individual players, it's about they're being taught, they're being told. So there's different ways to play and figure out with the opposition you're playing against.
They've got plan A, B, C, D,
Absolutely.
E. It depends where you press.
In game as well.
Yeah, they're flexible. They can move to it. They're not, this is our way and that is it. And I just think at the moment, for a big club like Man United, I think by now, Eric's been there a while, we should see them type of patterns, and we're not.
Okay, well, we're going to park that for a moment and get the Burnley perspective on tonight and hear from their manager, Vincent Kompany.
Vincent, it was another good performance, but without the points to show for it. How do you sum it up?
Yeah, it feels like a week of good performances, but maybe not the rewards. But in the end, for us, it's, you look at the amount of players that we have to blend into the squad, and some of the guys that we've put on today, and it's just looking upwards. I think for us it was important to have a complete performance. We did, but there's a couple of moments where I'm thinking if that goes in, then it rewards us a little bit. But we go again. It's a tough start, tough schedule to start with, and we'll find our moments.
What did you make of the opportunities you created tonight? Because as you say, there were some really good performances out there. Koleosho stood out particularly.
Yeah, I could name a few, but you play against let's put it this way, a wounded giant, and it's always difficult. It's always something that you have to be a little bit wary of. But I thought Burnley did itself proud today, and on another day we get more points. But I think the way we have it, the mentality we have is just to go again. It doesn't put us back anything. It gives us confidence to go again.
Was the timing of their goal frustrating just before half-time? Do you feel like it could have been preventable?
Yeah, definitely. But, I think that's where we're at the moment. So, work in progress, but good signs and the belief that as a result of the work, we will get the rewards.
You've got a run of away games coming up now, starting off with the League Cup. Can you use that competition to get that first win of the season just before you go on that run?
Well, obviously we got a win in the round before, otherwise we wouldn't be in that game. But I think the mentality is to win every game. It doesn't matter, and today it's not easy. But we started this game with the idea to win, and that will stay with us every game of the season. And it's a little bit hard in the beginning, and with time you get closer to your goal.
Never easy for a newly promoted club, as we've been saying. They are bottom of the table, although they actually had more possession in that game, over 60%, which surprised us actually when we looked at half-time. It was pretty similar. But look, there they are, bottom of the Premier League table. They need to turn these performances that we're seeing into points if they are to survive. I wonder, though, whether you think that they deserved a penalty in this match. I mean, Vincent Kompany didn't mention it there, but what do you think, Tim?
I think it'd be soft. I really do. I think it was a save. Onana was very brave going down. And I think it's Rodriguez who's coming in on the rebound as the one. So he's not here. Onana's very brave here. He goes to his feet there. We just think Johnny Evans might have lunged in there. Wasn't many appeals from the Burnley players. I think it would have been very soft if it was given. But it's worth mentioning. I thought maybe Vinny would have mentioned that. But There's an honour.
Sometimes, I guess, and sometimes a manager, you're clutching at something, aren't you? To try and find a... I think that would have been harsh. I think they kind of get there at the same time. But for all the good work they do, 62% possession against Manchester United, that's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, considering for a promoted team. But it just need maybe have a little bit less.
Yeah.
But just be a bit more efficient in the final third. They keep the ball really, really well.
Yeah.
But they got to get it in the box more. The problem is, we said before the game, United are a big side, Burnley aren't. They don't have, so they can't really cross it because they don't have a physical presence. So everything's got to be perfect. And I think that's really difficult. With the way they keep the ball, teams are able to get in behind them and get bodies. So when they score, it's going to have to be perfect. And that's hard in this league.
Positive to build on for them then moving forward. Looking at their fixture list, they're away to Newcastle.
Not positive.
But they play Luton. Big game for them coming up. And then they're at home to Chelsea.
Yeah, well, the Luton game is a must-win. You know, it's a cup final now, even this early on in the season, because not only the 3 points we would give them, but it's the confidence moving forward to the rest of the season. It's a very difficult league. Last year, they were the best team to manage in the Championship because they had the best players. This year, they haven't got the best players. It's going to be hard work for them to stay in the Premier League.
Do you think they'll stay in the Premier League?
I think they could win 2 of those. And if they win 2 of those, they kind of go to a mid-table side. But they need to find a way to get the first win and get 3 points.
OK, well, on that note, it's time for us to say goodbye. My thanks to both of you. It's been a pleasure having your company. Thank you for your company as well. As Manchester United are back to winning ways to go back into the top half of the table. See you soon. Bye.